Hey everyone, it's Buzzrail96 here. Welcome to another Train Sim World 4 live stream. Hope you're doing well out there and have had a good start to a new week. So for today's live stream, I'm taking a look at something that's reasonably new. It came out, I think in February, or was it January? I think it's February. Yeah, February this year, and that is another cross-border route. It's similar to Espahn-Vorarlberg, where, albeit the difference is Espahn-Vorarlberg has a little bit of Germany and a lot of Austria. This route has a little bit of Austria and a lot of Germany. So, this route is Bahnstrecke Salzburg to Rosenheim. Let's get into the journey mode and see what we can do. So we're going to take the new boy, albeit it's quite an old locomotive. 111 electric locomotive out for a spin. So I think we'll do this passenger service here, going from Traunstein to Freseling, or however you say it correctly. I've no idea. Absolutely no idea. Try that again. Right. Okay. Let's drive this passenger service from Traunstein to Freseling. I think that's how you say it correctly. It's a regional Bahn passenger service. Before we do go any further, I will turn on the motion blur to aid the stream's performance. We'll unlock the doors. Where's the reverser? That's the reverser. Train lights will turn on. The cab lights are on, that's good. Desk light dimmer, 100%. The instrument's even on. It's hard to tell with this new train symbol lighting whether the instrument lights are on in the daytime. LED brightness set that to 100%. What else do I need to do? Set the brake key to on. What's back here? There is no. Sadly, there's the corridor, but you can't obviously go through that corridor. Maybe switches work? Nope. That's already on. Signal lights, we'll set that to headlights. Anything down here? MU selection ZWS. Handbrake is off. Battery's on. That's good. Otherwise I won't be doing anything in terms of mobility. Anything down here? It's the wipers, it's emergency brake valve. Down here, gauge lights to 100%. Yeah, there's a bit of a lack. There's a lack of interactivity in this cab. I don't think that screen works. No. Okay, that's disappointing. Oh well. Right, let's take a look at the exterior, shall we? Of this locomotive and the station we are at. This is Traunstein. Say slap bang in the middle of the route. It's quite a long route. I think it's 89 kilometers. That's like 50 in the 50-mile region radius. So yeah, it's not It's reasonably long. Certainly longer than what we've had in recent train sim world routes, that's for sure. Apart from the 5 circle, obviously. So yeah, this is Traunstein, busy interchange. You've got some commuter trains, like this one here, stuck at a red signal because of me coming into Traunstein. I imagine some trains go out of Traunstein in northerly direction. And there's also a yard over here as well. First impressions, it just looks like a typical German station, really. We've got an impound here by the looks of it. Is that for people here at the station? Surely not. Yeah, one thing I've noticed is that the train lights in the carriages and the cab car, they aren't on, even though I've set the switch to on, train lights wise. You've got the destination displays, at least they work throughout the train, so that's a plus. Got some construction going on here, it seems. Lift being constructed, being finalised, and presumably this is the old way or the current way to maybe cross platforms or down to ground level, if you want to put it like that. That is currently in operation. That's good. You've got people sitting down. Destination displays work. That's the German interpretation of the PIS screen, so they work, so that's something. ATJ, nice to see you. I hope you're well. Just taking a first look at Salzburg Rosenheim. You've got a siding down here. Maybe that's for the local services. There's buffers there. Maybe, not sure. And the station continues over here. This is a nice little station. This platform here, I like this one. I don't know, is it technically an extension to the current one? I suppose it is in a way. This is cool. You got some buses here waiting to pick up the passengers for to continue their journey to work. Got some bike right here, some cars. This isn't too bad. And I imagine these are the sidings down here for some freight services. Yeah, texture doesn't look great. I like this bit though. This is alright, you know, got some trash and cars and all that kind of stuff. At least making it feel like it's being used. I like the foliage here, that's quite good. It's okay. But really, you know, most of the majority of the scenery is pretty much deja vu, you know, the same old houses, shops, flats, apartments, you name it. From other train sim or German routes, really, has to be said. I suppose only the notable new assets as such will be the station infrastructure. But the road is okay. Got some cars going up and down it, waiting a crossing, it seems, down there as well. So yeah, Traunstein is it's okay. It's not too bad. Right, let's get going. I haven't got any of the safety systems turned on. Not really interested in safety systems. I know how it works. Probably the sounds might be a little bit different. Now, interestingly, the 111 is a similar. It feels similar to the 110. Obviously, apart from the look of it, it's still got those. It's got those old school scissor pantographs. You can actually see the interior there through the windows of the locomotive. But in terms of acceleration, you can just put the throttle, you know, set it to 100%, full throttle, and you won't have to worry or go to the trouble of, you know, having to restart the engine because you've stalled it like the 110. The tail lights are on, that is good. So our first station is 15 kilometers away. Horns alright. the I think I forgot to turn on the main circuit breaker. It's my bad, my fault. Hey, Sub-Zero Scorpion, good morning. For me it's good afternoon, but it's good morning to you from the US of A. Hope all is well for you. We're slowing down. Why are we slowing down? Well, apparently we are accelerating. We're at 27 apparently. Maybe I should turn the throttle off, maybe. Bahnstrecke this route did get a big patch recently and apparently fixed a few things, but they might have broken a few things as well. This is nice. It's just a field, but I don't know. Maybe it's a little local park, maybe for the village. Local field. Oh, that's cool. You can see the mountains in the distance over there. Oh, that's a nice touch. And you can see a mountain over there as well. Right, it seems the locomotive has had its time of the month to showcase a few problems. Let's get moving. Full power. Thank you. So the first stop is Teissendorf. Transport Legend, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Hope everyone's had a good weekend and a good start to the week. It's absolutely miserable weather as I speak. Thank God I'm not working today. Weather is awful. It's just been awful. Apart from Sunday. Sunday was okay, weather-wise. But yeah, apologies, I wasn't able to do a stream last night. I didn't feel entirely 100%, so I didn't do a stream yesterday, hence why I'm doing the stream now. And if all goes to plan, I hope to do another stream today, this evening, this afternoon, this morning, whatever time you are watching this stream, be it live on playback. I will be doing a showcase of the stream of the DBBR 218, which I recently picked up and had a little play with. So that'll be cool to take it out for a spin, and albeit in a streaming format. There we go. Set the power to off. See how good the brake valve is. Not bad, pretty effective. Considering we've got 6 coaches and a cab car. I must say the foliage close to the track, it doesn't look too shabby. Obviously one of the main calling cards for this route is the fact that it's got a very big and varied timetable. It's not the biggest timetable in the game, not by a long shot, but I think the variety in terms of, you know, the amount of locomotives you could use for freight, for example, other passenger services that sub into this route, like your DBR 101s, I think intercity express trains as well. But definitely on the freight side, there's a huge amount of variety you could use. You know, 155s, 182s, the OBB 1116, the Vectron, the 187. I mean, what else? The shunters, 363s, even the G6 Vorsler shunter, as well as the I think the 218 can also be used on this route as far as freight is concerned. So yeah, if you have the full German collection, so to speak, at this point, and you're not sure whether you're tempted to get this route, if you want to have some fun, particularly on the freight side of things, with you know, German freight, then yeah, this route will be for you, because there is a lot of freight to do. It surprised me how much freight there is to do. It's quite a bit. TJ, thoughts on the 380? Well, I mean, judging from the shots and you know, the the pictures, the article, and so on and so forth. The free one, the 380 is okay. You know, it's long overdue. There's no doubt about that. And it looks good. It sounds okay. But yeah, you know, the timetable as well that comes along with it, as well as the free route upgrade to Glasgow Cathcart Circle, which you'll get regardless if you own the 380 or not. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to pick it up on Thursday, and the fact that it's even cheaper than the 218 is a nice surprise. I'm not sure whether you can use it on other Scottish routes, like not the 5 Circle obviously, but the ScotRail Express maybe. Who knows? I mean, there was a screenshot of it showcased on the ScotRail Express route, so perhaps you can. I don't know. But yeah, the route upgrade alone and the new timetable on paper and by visually, you know, screenshots and all that kind of stuff, it looks to be a huge improvement for the Glasgow Cathcart Circle, and I like it anyway. It's a small commuter style route, you know, and even the original timetable, as far as the early morning period is concerned, it was reasonably busy, not crazy, you know, not London Victoria kind of you know, bright mainline kind of levels of busyness, but it was okay. So the fact it's getting even more services in conjunction with a visual overhaul is a nice touch. But we're just under 5 kilometres away from Tysendorf. But as far as this route is concerned, you get the DBR 111, the doppelstock coaches and cab car, which is exactly the same. It's pretty much the same coaches and cab car we've had pretty much since Train Sim World was a thing. Which is a disappointment. Would have been nice to have had a different variant of coaches and cab car for a change. The DBR 185.2 makes yet another appearance as the primary freight locomotive. Well, obviously if you have the Vectron or even the 187, which I think are the best freight locomotives in the game for German freight, yeah, no doubt use them instead. And you get for the very short but quite interesting OBB passenger services in the Austrian side of this route, the OBB 4021 Talent 1, and that as well has pretty much zero changes to the visuals or to the sounds, the physics. Nothing. It's exactly the same as the one from S-Bahn but the only difference is that we'll have the PIS displays for this route. Sub-Zero Scorpion just celebrated Independence Day on Thursday. Awesome. Hope you had a wonderful celebration with your friends and family. That's a pretty big deal over there. Well, has to be, doesn't it? Trains Transport Legend on TSW4, PS5, traditional fast tracker, Castle Würzburg to Robach. Only 25-minute run. That's cool. No, I don't have a Discord Transport Legend, no. Yes, I am on the PS5. That's correct. Transport Legend. Oh yeah, definitely for more how should I say it, console-intensive routes, like Brighton Main Line, Naverka Dresden, and definitely Southeastern High Speed. The console can handle those bigger routes and timetables much better. The only problem is that they do tend to eat the storage up. And even though I've got an external hard drive now, well, not external, it's in the console, but it's like a 1.5 terabyte. Oh dear, we're going a little bit too far here. Oopsie daisy. But yeah, it does tend to eat up a lot of storage. I mean, to give you an insight, I've actually deleted quite a few routes, and just to save space, I've got rid of Clinchfield Railroad, Sandpatch Grade, Brighton Main Line, East Coast Way. I've had to get rid of those just to save space, because at the moment this game is taking up 212 gigabytes of storage, which is that's insane. You could have GTA 5 twice over and still have space left. That's just madness to me. But yeah, I like the 111. I really do. I prefer it much more to the 110. It's much easier to operate. Yes, the 110 is more of a challenge, but I just like the look of it more. It looks more modern, more up to date, so to speak. The lights, I'm a little bit disappointed in. It's not very bright, is it? I mean, look at that. It's nothing. I imagine at night time it will look much, much better though. But yeah, it's got good weathering. Textures aren't too bad on the exterior. The interior, unfortunately, is a little bit grubby. But look at that. You can see the dovetail model the inside of the locomotive through the corridor. It's just a pity that you can't actually go through the corridor. I'm not sure why, unless it's so tight like you could barely fit through, maybe. But yeah, it's a great looking locomotive, and pantograph as well. Look at that. Look at those springs, man. That's not too bad. Right, have we locked the doors? Yes, we have. Right, I'll just have a look around at this station here. Teissendorf. Seems an industrial area near a warehouse of some sort. Lots of skips and containers and boxes and pallets and strewn all over the place. Teissendorf, there's the car park. That doesn't look too bad. Again, look, they've got some shrubs and weeds and 3D grass and trees. I do like that. I appreciate that. Destination boards work. That's good. Station building don't look too bad. Oh dear. The clock has no minute or hour handles. It's not a very good clock, is it? Is it the same on the other side? Oh dear. It's not good. Is this for, is this a bus shelter? Eesh. God, is that meant to be that high up? Jesus. Surely that's not right. That don't look right to me. I know this route was set in the early, 2010s or something, but geez, talk about lack of accessibility for disabled people. Jesus. This looks bad. This doesn't look too bad. More shrubs, weeds and stuff. Again, another industrial warehouse, it seems. So, local industry is very much present and correct at this station. What else? Ooh, hello, what's this over here? Another local industrial industry here. I don't know what it is. Seems to specialise in something. Yeah, but I like the local industry. And oh, look what's hiding in the corner over here. Hello. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Interesting. Not bad. I like it. I like the station. Again, the mountains in the scenery, in the distant scenery, dovetail certainly up their game. I think they're using some sort of technology. I don't know what it is, or satellite imagery data to map out the landscape in the distance as far as mountains and hillsides and all that stuff is concerned. It doesn't look too bad. It's certainly a huge improvement from the early days of Train Sim World. There can be no question about that. Anyway, let's go to the next and final stop, which is Friedrichshain, however you say it correctly. I'm going to get all these German names wrong, and maybe Austrian station names wrong in terms of pronunciation, so I do apologise in advance. Right, let's set to full power. There we go. Transport Legend, talk about the 380, will you get it? I will. Absolutely. Oh yeah, I've got Cathcart Circle Line, yeah. I've had it for ages at this point. TJ, the Blue Pullman HST will be in my area in a few weeks. Oh, awesome. You going to go out and see it? That is if the weather's good. Ironically, ever since we've had a new government, the weather's just been rubbish. Not blaming the new government for that, it's just rather ironic. But yeah, I did try and stay up and watch the election night results. I lasted until 2 AM and then I was like, no more, I've got to sleep. Maybe like 5 years ago I was like, yeah, I could do it, easily get through a general election night watch through. But these days I'm afraid not. Transport Legend, I'm looking forward to the roadmap tomorrow. I even forgot, I didn't even know there was a roadmap. I've completely lost track of time and everything recently. I've just been so busy just working and well, watching the football, I suppose, with the Euros and the Formula 1. Bit of open countryside for the time being. Those mountains look good, man. They don't. It's not too shabby. Got a little dirt road here from the farmer, I imagine. Oh dear, look, flat grass textures. Oh no. I can understand it. You know, it saves performance and makes the route run smoother, but I just really don't like it personally. Look, I mean, they've added little two bits of weed and shrub here, but they can't be bothered to do, at least, you know, patter it along throughout the field. Never mind. But maybe if one field is 2D grass texture and the other field isn't, that one isn't over there. Look, that one is. It's got some 3D grass and bushes, weeds. Like, I could accept if one field hasn't got that 3D grass and bush treatment and yet the other field maybe across the tracks do, you know. I can accept that to a degree, because I have to remember that, you know, this is running on consoles and that are now over 10 years old. Oh my god, where's the time gone? Jeez. I mean, my old Xbox One I used to have, that would be nearly 8 years old if I still had it. Crazy, crazy. TJ, the end of 14 years of the Tories, that's right. I was astonished when I looked at the exit poll and looked at the stats. I mean, they were literally blown away. Like the southwest of England, they've been completely crushed. Even my area, I mean, my granddad's area, that went from Conservative to Lib Dem. My area went from Conservative to Liberal Democrats. I'm going to be honest, I voted for the Liberal Democrats, so I'm very, very happy. Yeah, I mean, it was extraordinary night. politically. Yeah, I think it was like the 1 week of the year where everyone's like talking about the politics. When, you know, most of the time people are like, nah, I don't want to discuss it, mate. It's a waste of time. But you know, when you have to vote, you know, everyone's got to talk about it. Omar, when I drive this locomotive, sometimes the throttle struggles to accelerate. What is the cause? Struggles to accelerate. Depends what percentage of throttle that you apply. I imagine if you maybe apply too much immediately, like the second you release the brake, shut the doors, and like, right, let's get going, it can sometimes stall. So you just have to close the circuit breaker, like I did earlier. If you go back in the stream and very beginning of the stream where I had a small like a minute or two of just, you know, trying to get the locomotive to start up again, so to speak. So yeah, I would just, you know, turn the throttle off, turn off the make sure the brakes are fully released, and close the circuit breaker, or if necessary, if that doesn't work, maybe lower the pantograph and then re-raise it again. Sugar, we're going way too fast. Yeah, brakes are not a strong point on this locomotive. The 110 has way better brakes than the 111. Maybe it's because of the way it was built. I don't know how heavy this is actually. But yeah, braking is not it's not its strong point. It's not to say it's crap or it's unusable. It's just part of the challenge, you know. It's a unique characteristic of this locomotive, which at first it gets annoying, but you know, you gotta learn how it works. Ah, brake. There we go. End of the line for this service. Here we are at Freilassing, however you say it. Freilassing, however you say it. Either way, let's take a look around. Is this an underpass to the state? Oh my god, what the hell's happened here? Jeez, maybe the construction workers at the station took it a little bit too seriously. That's not good. That is very bad. Surely Dovetail couldn't have missed that out. I mean, look at it. That's awful. Jeez Louise, man. Is it the same on this side? No, it's not. Okay. Well, these tiles don't look too bad. But sadly, it's ruined because of that. These are the stairs to the platform. I wouldn't want to be an NPC and go down those steps. In case you fall out of the world. And fall to hell or wherever. You've got a couple of buses here. Yeah, you know, the road network on this route, so far from what I've seen, albeit I've only been at 3 stations, it doesn't look too shabby, I must admit. Dovetail aircon. It doesn't look too bad for a model. There's a clock there, Deutsche Bahn one, and it does work. That is an improvement compared to the previous station. That's a thumbs up. Destination displays work. Another platform there, but I presume it's abandoned. There's another service here that is oh, is it about to begin? Oh dear, its destination displays isn't working. We've got an oil tanker train by the looks of it, ready to go somewhere. That's hauled by a interesting consist, a 185, which is hideously loud, and an old 155 that I recently downloaded. because I like the look of it. Speaking of 155s in this huge freight yard, there's another one. Standard one. Ineos wagons, there's another 363. There's another 155 over here as well. Wow, 155s are the talk of the town over here at Freelassing. Some tankers are put over here and to the side. There's another shunter over here as well. So it seems shunting, particularly in this yard, could be a fun thing to do, if shunting is your thing. Is this a control tower up here? Yes it is. Freelassing freight yard. Bridge over here looks interesting. It's a footbridge, is it not? Yes it is. Imagine you could walk across that. I don't think so. Yeah, it looks alright, looks good. It's okay, it's not too bad. Okay, that took me just under 34 minutes. We only stopped at 2 stations, Tysendorf and Freelassing. So let's return to the journey mode and see what else you can do. Omar, the roadmap will probably focus on the 158 and the Expert. I want to believe it is for this route. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure on the Expert 101. I do like the fact, it's a big improvement, in terms of what you can do with it, how you can operate it. It's more in depth, of its physical characteristics and all that stuff. And the cab car is a nice touch as well. Very much been requested heavily by the German contingent of Train Sim World, but the fact that Train Sim Germany and Dovetail openly said it's going to be a little bit more expensive, that's going to be a hard sell for me, particularly when I already have a 101 in the game. I just wish they could update the current 101 with the Expert version, so then you won't have to end up spending 15-20 quid on the same DLC pretty much, albeit just for a different route with different services and scenarios and all that stuff. So as much as I like the fact that the 101 is getting a massive update, which it technically is an update, I'm not going to be a fan of the price when they eventually give away details of how much that's going to cost. So we've got a passenger service from Rosenheim to Salzburg, Rosenheim to Freelassing, the cab car, I'm not going to use that cab car. Freelassing to Rosenheim, that's the cab car, isn't it? München to Salzburg, what's this one? Salzburg to Prin Akemis, okay. The map there isn't being displayed, which is I can just about see it. So that's passenger service from Salzburg to Freelassing. You know what? Should we do that one? From Salzburg? Yeah, I think we should. Why not? As long as it's not at 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Do you ever risk ignored? I do. But yeah, what were you saying, Omo, on your other comment? The 158. The 158 will be interesting because it seems Skyhogger makes some significant changes, not just from a visual perspective, but maybe from a physics perspective. So that I am looking forward to seeing. Hopefully it's not going to cost like 10 or 11 quid or £9 even, because I think that's a joke, really. If they set it to like maybe 5 quid maybe at a max, then okay, I might get it. But we'll wait and see. Okay, driver's passenger service from Freelassing to Salzburg. It's snow. No, we don't want snow. We need something more weather appropriate, I think. Snow is a definite no-no. Say no to snow. Not yet. Maybe I'll do that service at Christmas time. aka late November. A sip of tea, I think. Man, a biscuit. As always, I'll save the usual YouTube shenanigans up to this point. If you'd enjoyed the stream and you like what you see or hear so far, then feel free to hit the thumbs up button below. It does help the channel grow, and give it a share as well if you want to do that. I mean, not asking you to. Well, not forcing you to, I should say. But yeah, if you want to do that, you can do it. And if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then feel free, of course, to subscribe to the channel. Right, let's do this one. That's a good one. Weather seems okay for this service. Salzburg to Freelassing. TJ, I'd have to guess the 150 will probably be the same price as the 380, but I hope not. I mean, the 150 would be very, very steep if it is going to be, what, 13 quid in the UK. That's a lot for a multiple unit that we already have had for an entire calendar year. I know it's going to be significantly different, you know, visually, externally, interior-wise, cab-wise, maybe physics as well, and obviously gameplay. But I just think that's a lot for a multiple unit we already have. I mean, the gameplay packs they released for the Midland Main Line, as much as I like that route, is a bit of a farce, really, at nearly 10 odd quid for really just a new piece of rolling stock and the same locomotive we've had for donkey's years at this point. So, yeah. Maybe they might introduce some sort of discount if you already own, I don't know, the 5 Circle or Midland Main Line or something like that. Right, what am I doing? Opening the doors. That's what I'm doing. PZB indicates right now I'll set it to maximum, even though I'm not going to use it. Oh yeah, the lights are up here, aren't they? There they are, signal lights, headlights, there we go. Ooh, okay, welcome to Salzburg Hauptbahnhof. This was a station architecture I wasn't expecting. Very modern indeed. I like the roof. Very much so. So this station's going. This train is going to Bad Reichenhall or Reichenhall. It's pretty much exactly the same, isn't it? As from S-Bahn Vorburg and Semmeringbahn, really, to be honest with you. So there's not much to say about that. Interestingly, they've got the Austrian PIS screens, which do work, which is cool. Station lighting looks... it's okay. It's a lot of platforms, though. A lot of platforms. This must be the old station building. Obviously, the new one is built right next to it. Signals look good. I mean, I must say, the Austrian signalling system has been very well implemented in Train Sim World ever since S-Bahn Vorburg came along. Ooh, what's this big concourse down here? Oh wow, that's not too bad. Hey, you got a mini paper shop. Vortex, Viston, or Visitors, I imagine. Oh, that's not too bad. That's quite cool. Got some sales of a shop, which isn't open apparently. Sandwich shop. It's good they got the PIS screens down here as well. This doesn't look too shabby. Nearly got passengers walking around, the station's feeling busy, active. It's good. It's not too bad. Especially for glass up there as well. That doesn't look too shabby. Yeah. It's a big old station, there's no question about it. One thing that I am questioning is the lack of trains in the area. You'd think it'd be chock-a-block full of services, but I'm the only one here. At 4:15 in the late afternoon? Not so sure about that. So these are, presume, station destinations, maybe? No, trains come to the platforms, maybe? Not sure. Chalabouz and something Platz. Not going to pronounce it because I don't know. Is it the same? They're all the same. Okay. It's probably not destinations then. Something in Austrian. Right, what's at the back of the station? Is that a multi-storey car park or just a busy... or just a, I don't know, business district maybe, I'm not too sure. Alright, this is the depot back here. Okay. Where are we on the map? Oh wow, okay, so this is a huge stabling yard and probably freight yard as well. So this is where the ÖBB keeps their talent ones at Salzburg. Wow, that's a lot of you got some city coaches that are somehow just randomly put there. Got a turntable which does work. That's cool. I like that. Look at that. That is awesome. That's for the that's the catenary, isn't it? Overhead wires. That is awesome. Never seen that before. That looks fantastic. Now, speaking of ÖBB, my magnificent, one of my favourites locomotives in the game at the moment, the ÖBB 1116, apparently is hiding around on this route. It can do some freight as well as a few Eurocity services, and in fact, speak of the devil, there's its coaches. Yeah, this is a huge yard, my goodness. No, I don't know. I don't think you could do any empty stop moves with the 101 and the ÖBB 1116. You know, as far as coaches go, but I think with the Talon 1 you can do some empty stop moves. This is a, yeah. Oh, there's a freight train over there, I've just seen it. Oh right, okay. It's probably getting ready to be unloaded. Got some tankers over here as well. Again, the distance, mountain scenery. Don't look too shabby. Right, let's go back to station before the game gets cross with me. TJ, in real life, the Glasgow to Carlani's Kookaburra services are worked by the class 156. Ah, right, okay. So why not just have the 156 instead of the 158? Then you could put it at a price that is, you know, that I've discussed. That would be, you know, for the 158 it wouldn't be acceptable, but it would be reasonably acceptable if it was a 156. Why not just have a 156 instead of taking a 158 and just updating it for ScotRail duties? That would be much better. Anyway, we're back at the station. No, I don't know. Oh god, map's struggling to zoom in there. So we got, I imagine, a fair few stations to stop at. Maybe not too many. Well, are we going to move game? I've probably done something wrong, haven't I? Oh yeah, I did put a reverser in. Stupid me. I'm losing the plot, my god. Okay, let's go to the first station stop, which is not far away at all. That first station stop is obviously in the Salzburg area, Salzburg-Mullen-Olstadt. Really not far at all. So at this point we are in Austria and no longer in Germany. Just got a map next to me on my iPad just to show, which shows the Austrian, or what point of the route enters Germany, and I think it's before, in this direction, it'll be before Friesaling. So basically, a station that hasn't got the name Salzburg in it. There's a 155. Seeing a lot of 155 today on freight trains. But here we are, coming up to the first station stop, Salzburg-Mullen-Olstadt. Hideously late, but oh well. And a race against the sun as well, because obviously the sun is setting. I didn't think of that. We'll have a quick little look around Salzburg-Mullen-Olstadt. A station within the city of Salzburg. Not much to really say. Same old German, Austrian buildings, really. Well, at least it gives you the impression you are within a busy city. We've just crossed a river, haven't we? Doesn't look too shabby. What is this? Is this the riverbank? Jeez, talk about low tide. God. Bridge looks good, though. It's a walkway as well. I was wondering what this was in the middle. It's a walkway for passengers. Well, look at that. How cool is that? So you walk all the way across the river and end up at the station. What a nice touch. I really like that. And this building here has a little pink light for some reason. Not sure what business would display pink lighting, but fair enough. Right, let's go. The next station stop is Salzburg. How do you say this? Eigelhof? Hof? I'm not sure. Either way, it's just over 300 meters away. The 156 doesn't run on the 5 circle line. Oh, okay, then I don't know then. Unless it runs on another Scottish route we have in the game. ScotRail Express, maybe, or even Glasgow, Cathcart Circle, even. There we go. TJ, what are you having for tea, Spurs? God. Dinner. I haven't even thought about dinner yet. A bit of a while yet. What's the time now in the UK? It's just gone 4:30. Excuse me. Normally I have dinner around about 6 o'clock, so when the stream's ended, I'll look in the fridge and freezer and see what there is. I've no idea. I'm probably gonna have pasta actually, or some pasta or something like that. Not really sure yet. I didn't have dinner last night because I wasn't very well. Just went to bed. So I ended up having dinner yesterday for breakfast today. So, yeah, pizza for breakfast. That was not something I was expecting, but or planning. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't feel well at all. So that's why I thought, well, there's pizza there. It's in the microwave. Let's have it. Might be a bit cold, but it's food either way. The next stop is Salzburg Taxum Euro Park. Sounds like the name of a sporting arena or business park, potentially. Speaking of it, in the Salzburg area, it's pretty quick. 120 kilometers per hour. It's quicker than what I thought it would be. I mean, obviously, as you get out of the city centre, speed limits will increase, but still, it's quicker than what I thought it would be. Whoops, I've managed to overstep it. Oopsie daisy. I've messed it up big time. I failed. Oh god. I was too busy looking on the left hand side. I was very much intrigued by what it was. I can go back. Can I go back? Ah, no, I can't. Oh well. Passengers cannot disembark from this station, unfortunately. I'm just fascinated by this. So it's a shopping centre or something. Looks like it. Anyway, we'll take a look at the station quickly. Never mind, it's my fault. Interesting viewpoint there, down onto the road. So again, the PI's boards are full working order. It's disappeared. Which I find that quite interesting, actually, when a service is not due in for like another hour or so. All it's displayed is the clock and I think some messages about stand clear of the yellow line or something like that in Austrian or German. But when a service is like 5-10 minutes away, it does eventually display the next scheduled train, which is a nice touch. I think that's present and correct on S-Bahn Vorarlberg as well. Yeah, this road. Oh dear, this does not look good as a traffic roundabout. Near this. Pretty well modelled. I think it is a shopping centre. It's definitely not a sports arena. It's not a football stadium I know very well, or unless it's for like a concert arena or something like that. Yeah, but the fact you've modelled that very well, and then right next to it is a hideously modelled roundabout. Yeah, I do not approve of that. It's a shame. Ruins it, really. Never mind. Right, let's go to the next and final stop, which is Freelassing. And then we'll do another service that goes from Rosenheim to maybe Freelassing or something like that. Another freight service. Oh no, it's not. It's just a locomotive. Seems to be near going past a port of some description. Container port. Yep, containers are the main thing around here. It's a hideously sounding 185. Tempted to get rid of the route that has that locomotive, just to get rid of it. Yeah, good sounds. There's a station here we've missed as well. Oh right, no need. It's under construction. Don't know what station it would be, but interesting that. God, my driving is not very good today. I do apologise. Oh yeah, in real life, TJ, absolutely. In the UK, of course, the POI's displays will display the next train. I don't know in the UK though. In the game, that is. Obviously, they do display, next two trains, but I don't think they, the display of the next two trains and the next scheduled service will then disappear and show clock and public safety displays. Right, we need to change the. There we go. Main circuit breaker, as we are now in Germany. We're coming up to Freelassing. I think. Right, let's stop on the marks this time. That'll do. It's on the platform, it's good enough for me. Here we are at Freelassing, and then I imagine the train would go off the map up there. Oh, hello. I didn't notice that at Freelassing. Hang on, I need to go up there and have a look. There's a 111 service for some coaches, maybe awaiting its evening duties. Am I going in the right direction? Yeah, I am. I need to have a look at that. How did I not see that before when I was at Freelassing? I must have, I must have went past it as I was on the 111 earlier. I need to have a look at that. What's going on up here then? Is this another depot up here? Let's have a look. Yes, it is. There's a 628 that's in the sidings over here. In the depot. That's cool. Good to see that out and about. Oh, this looks good. Look at this. Oh, that's cool. I like that. You got a 155 on the turntable. Ready to go to sleep or do maybe some container trains from the port down there in the Freelassing. That's cool. I like that. You may not be able to do services, that do empty stop moves onto the turntable, but at least to put a static locomotive there gives you the sense that the locomotive's ready to end its day's work. That's good. Not too bad. That Salzburg area is not too shabby. Overall, so far, I'm thinking this route is above average for Dovetail. I mean, it's the first modern German route we've had since. Well, it's technically a cross-border route, but it's mostly set in Germany, isn't it? So it's really the first modern German route since Bremen-Oldenburg, which I wasn't a big fan of really, or Maintalbahn, I should say. Apologies. But yeah, so far I do like this route. I think we will do one more service. Alright, well, we might take the cab car for a spin. Freelassing to Rosenheim. Okay, that's a regional barn. Rosenheim to Salzburg. What was that one there I was doing earlier? Maybe München to Salzburg. Rosenheim to Freelassing. That's what we need. May not stop at all the stations, but I'll be able to get out in the free cam and have a look around. As far as stations, there are 14. And we've seen 7 of them so far. So it seems to me the feel of this route is it's mostly set in the in the countryside, as far as the German part of the route is concerned, with some pretty busy freight yards and interchanges to other local lines, like not only at Rosenheim, but I think Bad Endorf, Traunstein, definitely Friesling, and certainly Salzburg Hauptbahnhof, definitely. So it's a nice mixture, you know, busy interchanges, freight yards, and obviously stations in the centre of Austria's biggest city, of Salzburg. But you got the peaceful countryside as well. Right. Oops, put wheel slip protection on. That's my fault. Oh, the instrument light's already on. My mistake. There we go. Reverser to in. Did I unlock the doors? Oh, no, I didn't. My bad. Okay. You do get sound occlusion. That's good. Get a blind. It's cool. Does this blind work? It does. That's good. Very good. Alright, that's what I like to see. Not one, not two, but three of them. 3 111s in close proximity. That's what I like to see. Once it's departed. Headlights on. Thank you very much. Hey Simon, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Have you not seen the Class 69s? Not in, you know, like on foot in real life. No, I haven't. Online, I've seen articles of them. Not recently, but in the past, I have. Why? Do you like Class 69 at all? All right, let's go. Alright, let's try and keep on time this time. Freight service. Oh, I didn't look at Rosenheim, did I? Oh my god. What shall I do? Shall I stop? I think I'll stop. Stop. I didn't look around. It's a first look, so I cannot forget Rosenheim. Back we go. That's my fault. We've passed a river. Didn't realise that. Looks okay. Right. Oh, I do have the Semmering Simon. Yeah, I did a first look stream on it, I think a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, wow. Really enjoyed the Semmering. It certainly matched my expectations. Right, so we got a Some freight trains and passenger services in the marshalling yard. Is that a control tower over there? I don't know. It looks an interesting building. Container train has just arrived. You can see the mountains in the distance over there, in the direction that we're travelling in. This is interesting. What's this over here? Is this a bus depot? I don't know, but if it looks familiar, it looks like I've seen it before from somewhere. I don't know what route it is, but it's possibly a drop-off point for you to get access to the station underpass. Wow. Goes to town with this. That doesn't look too bad. This is a station concourse itself. All the platforms and the PIS boards working. That's good. I like that. Up here, onto the platform. Hey presto. There's even more bits to walk around. Oh, maybe not. We'll get out eventually. There we are. That don't look too bad. Yeah, it's okay. It's not my favourite, but it's okay. There's a 182 there. Oh, don't break game. Sometimes I have a fear every time the game has to load in the cab. If I'm a fair distance away in the free camp. Let's go to the first station stop, which is Bad Endorf, 14 kilometers away. But yeah, it does add a significant amount of stuff. Well, not I suppose stock to the Semmering Bahnstrecke adds a significant number of bits and pieces. The intercity coaches, Eurocity coaches. The OBB 1116 obviously subs into all the freight services, and for an added bonus, you get a few additional OBB passenger services, which is nice. What's obviously interesting is that Dovetail obviously enabled the OBB 1116 Taurus locomotive to be usable on the S-Bahn Vorarlberg timetable, only for the freight services though, unfortunately. Sadly they couldn't, or haven't added yet, any Eurocity or intercity passenger services, which I really hope they do. The previous roadmap they did say they were looking into it to see if they can add a small number of passenger services for the OBB Taurus, but I have my doubts. Two rivers in close proximity. This is nice. Look at this, little rocks here. I like that. Have you got no animated butterflies and bugs? Just caught notice of that. Don't look too bad. Speed limit has increased to 140 kilometers per hour, so let's reach that speed. DJ, just wondering, I've seen the 06, 05, 06 and 07. Oh really? We've seen quite a few variations of the Class 69 then. Is that online or in like in real life on foot from your beady eyes, rather than seeing it on the screen. Circuit breaker's decided to have its moment. There we go. Also, the destination panel actually works, so I think you can change destination. I'm not going to touch it, just in case it breaks it. Oh, in real life. Oh, right, I see. I see, TJ. Simon having the Semmeringards, the corridor trains to the route. Austrian trains that run through Germany are stopping because it's the quickest way from Innsbruck to Salzburg. Oh, right. Didn't realise that. Is that what the Eurocity services have been on this route for the tourist locomotive? Because I found out that the DBBR 101, which if you have it, adds quite a few intercity and Eurocity services as well. So I don't know if the 101 is being run, running the Eurocity services in place of the tourist locomotive to maybe people that don't have the Semmeringbahn route, maybe? Not really sure. Simon, is really annoying because the intercity services don't appear on Broadburg. It's the reason I don't really play it. It feels incomplete. It was interesting that the BR, the MRCE BR182, the black tourist locomotive, that has some very strange, like passenger services, like 4 of them. Ironically, doing the same path as the real life Eurocity services would be, intercity services, I should say. Does with the tourist locomotive. So I find that a bit bizarre, really. Maybe what Dovetail should do is take away the MRCE 182, the black tourist locomotive, from the S-Bahn Rohrberg timetable and just stick in the 110, the 1116 OBB tourist variant instead. So we can then do those 4 passenger services as well as the freight services. But yeah, as far as this timetable goes at the moment, I've got everything installed. And I think everything is usable from the timetable menu, I think. This route has a little bit of a feeling of like, kind of feels familiar to, what route is it? Whichever route I've had for ages. Mainspurzer Bahn, it's got that kind of feeling to it. Very countryside, mixed with some urban areas as well. Albeit, Mainspurzer Bahn, the Schaffenburg, is obviously nowhere near big town or city compared to Salzburg, up Bahnhof. I don't know, it's got that kind of feeling to it. But so far, I think this is probably Dovetail's best modern German route they've produced since they released Castle Würzburg, easily. Because after that, we've had, Bremen-Oldenburg, which I thought wasn't very good. Then Maintalbahn, which is a modern German branch line, which is a nice change, but I thought they just did it in a really rushed way. So I felt the scenery was very much under par. Albeit the multiple unit, the 642, I thought was pretty good. And then since then we've had this, the main line going from Rosenheim to Salzburg. And you know what, so far, I think it's a decent route, I must say. Timetable certainly looks busy. It's just got a fair bit of stuff to do, certainly from a freight perspective. And the 111, have I said one enough times correctly? I'm not sure. But the 111 that I'm operating at the moment, I think it's a decent locomotive. I prefer it much more to the 110. It's got a mixture of being modern but old school at the same time. Can I keep it moving? Yes, I can. I think the main disappointment is I suppose the coaches and the cab car. Pretty much exactly the same as they have been from what we've had for years. Same goes for the 24 Talent 1. It would have been nice if we could have had maybe a different piece of OBB rolling stock, like a CityJet or something like that. I know it's operating a very small part of the route, but it just would be nice to have something new to play with OBB wise. What's cool though is that with the 111 locomotive, you do get to do passenger services that have different consists. So some services will have 7 coaches, some will have 4, and others I think will have 5. So you do get a mixture of a length of coaches you can pull up and down the line, or haul up and down the line. Anyway, this is Bad Endorf. Let's have a look around. Another walkway, is indeed. Station building looks okay. Looks rather Italian to me. Not sure why. No idea why. Got some flowers here next to the ticket machine. That's good. Oh, that's nice. Interesting building. Cars going up and down the road. That's what I like to see. But yeah, the station looks okay. Let's release the brakes. Set the power to 40%. That's the kind of percentage of power I tend to use when getting away from a standstill. The next stop, I don't know how you say this, Preen Chemisi, or kind of, I don't know how you say it. Either way, the next station is 6.5 kilometers away. Right, now we can put it to max. Chiemsee. Okay, what's that you say? Thank you for that, Simon. football pitches over there. Perhaps maybe for a local school or something. Or for the community. Right. Speed limit has increased to 110, so let's get going. Simon, the Eurocity services run to Rosenheim and Munich and beyond. For a mix of Tauruses and 101s, I see. The corridor trains are mostly railjet and branch off before Rosenheim. I have seen the OBB Talent 1s branching off before Rosenheim. I have managed to notice that. It's interesting. So despite not being in Austria, this is Austria's main railway from Vienna to Vorarlberg. Interesting. It'd be nice to see some N-Wagons on the regional express services on this route as they ran the services and were replaced with Dostos. Agreed. Especially since now of the what is it? Since the release of the not only the 218 but the Bremen-Oldenburg, you've got the Deutsche Bahn coloured N-Wagen coaches and cab car. I don't know if they are aired onto this route, or maybe they might be. I'm not sure. It might be. I'm not sure. I have to have a look at that. I have to have a look at the timetable of Salzburg Rosenheim, see if 218 is laid onto this route. I don't think it is, but I will have a check of that. No, I don't think I'll do the full service because I only want to go as far as Traunstein. That is if we even stop at that station. There's an interesting bridge we just went past. Now we're going too fast. Interesting bridge here. Very cool. Nice. You can see the mountains in the distance there. That is nice. I mean, the distance scenery does look good, especially if you have a bit of fog and low-level cloud to it. Especially in the early morning period, it looks pretty spectacular. It was a very similar kind of emotion I had with Semmeringbahn. When I did the first look stream the other day, I think I did a service at like 5 AM in the morning, and the sun was rising. There was some some fog, and I stopped at Semmering and just looked out at the distant scenery, and it looked pretty impressive, especially at that early morning light, I must say. Didn't look too shabby at all. Anyway, we're coming up to the next station, which is Prien Chiemsee. Some crossings there. Don't know if they work. I hope they do. Yeah, but this locomotive is definitely a slow coach when it comes to braking. Again, that's not a complaint. It's just how it is. It is unique for this locomotive. I think the 111 actually subs into quite a few German routes, more than the 218 does. Right, here we are. There's a clock on the platform. I'll take a look at that, see if that one has the minute and handles missing. Minute and hour handles missing. That's the one that Traunstein did not. Or was it Teissendorf? I think it was Teissendorf. Right, let's take a look around. Got a local industry here. Local business. Sidings. I imagine a freight train would come into here and then get unloaded with whatever produce or product is being delivered. Oh, yeah, the minute handle and the hour handle is correct on the clock, so that's good. So Preen am Kimsey. What's that to then? It's just a walkway to get to the platforms. Oh, cool. It's a very disused old feel about it. It's a very small car park. How do you even get into it then? Oh, out down there, I suppose. There's distant mountains, man. They look good. I imagine if you get right up close to them in the free cam, they don't look very super detailed, but from a distance, it looks pretty good. Let's power up the locomotive. Okay, the next station stop is, I'm going to get this horribly wrong, Bernau... Oh no, we're already at that one. Stupid me. Bernau, no, it is a different station, right. Bernau am Kenzie. So it's the second station in the Kenzie area, maybe? Don't know. My German geography is not brilliant, I must admit. It's not brilliant. I needed to do some research before this stream, honestly. But I didn't, so there you go. Charlie, hey, how are you? When will Tottenham Hotspur win the league? This season, mate. This season. This season. What club do you support then, Charlie? Probably won't say because he's embarrassed. If it's Arsenal, then yeah, you've got no chance. Sorry. Whoa, just want to see that a minute. I need to look at that a minute. There's no crossing gates here, is there? Nope. And they don't work. Oh dear. Whether that's in like that in real life, or I don't know, a big bug maybe, where they forgot to put down the crossing gates. Let's get out the front camera. I'm liking this natural landscape. It looks a little bit brand, on the ground and such, but the mountain scenery, that's cool. I like the look of that a lot. You can see the low-level cloud in the distance. It certainly gives you the sense of scale, how tall those mountains can be. hills or peaks or whatever. Either way, we're coming up to the station, Burnau Kenzie. Simon, oh no, sorry, it's not Talent Ones that go before Rosenheim, but Railjets. Ah, right, Railjets, I see. Yeah. I think I did see an AI Talent 1 maybe just trundle off the main line at Rosenheim. I swear I did, unless it was like a tutorial or something. It was not a tutorial, no, it wasn't a scenario. It might have been actually the introduction tutorial for Salzburg Rosenheim. Route introduction. Might have been that actually. Charlie, will you see the 158 in Glasgow Central before it comes out? No, not before it comes out, otherwise it would be out by now. No, but I don't know when the Class 158 will come out. It will be interesting to see whether it comes out before August, or dare I say it, before the dreaded release of Train Sim World 5, if they plan on releasing it. I hope they don't. I mean, it seems they've got a fair bit of stuff still to be released for Train Sim World 4. You know, not your 158s and your expert version 101s, and obviously the San Bernardino line as well. Unless that's going to be another core route for the next iteration of Train Sim World, which will be rather disappointing for the American fans of Train Sim World. You know, 2 main games come out in the space of a year, and both of them are Metrolink California routes. Not brilliant. Would be nice to have a bit of variety. But certainly with milepost simulations, a very well-known American third-party dev for train simulators coming on board now to Train Sim World and making some content for it. Hopefully the German the American public will get some much better content than what they currently have. I haven't even done a first look on the Long Island Railroad commuter simply because the route is in a bit of a state whereby stability and frame rate is not a happy bunny, which isn't a surprise really, but there you go. The next stop is Übersee. I think that's how you say it correctly. Simon, this is a really interesting route, one of the Orient Express routes, Paris to Vienna. Of course, yeah. Wouldn't it be cool if we had the Orient Express? That'd be awesome. I don't think Dovetail have ever done the Orient Express and Train Simulator. Unless they lost the license for it, maybe. Hey Sergeant Kid, nice to see you, hope you're well. Yeah, I was doing it streaming this time slot because I couldn't do a stream last night because of I wasn't feeling very good. So I've decided to squeeze a stream in today. And later on today I'm going to do another stream on the 218 if possible. Oh, it's just Steam, Orient Express. Oh, right, okay. I thought the modern day Orient Express would be operated by a diesel electric locomotive or an electric locomotive. Didn't realise it would still be operated by steam, which is a nice rare thing. Simon, some reviewer on YouTube said it's just another boring electrified German route, but it's much more scenic, historic, varied, international. It's great, I think. Yeah, I mean, definitely, it's certainly it's got a scenic factor to it. Yeah, some elements of the town, towns, and certainly the city of Salzburg. They look pretty repetitive. The same old buildings and texturing and all that kind of stuff. Infrastructure, it looks pretty much the same, doesn't it, as most other German routes in train sim world. But again, like you said, it is international, since we have another cross-border route, Germany and a little bit of Austria. And the timetable is certainly a big draw card. For me, it was in particular, and it's a longish route for a change. What is it, 50 odd miles or something like that? It's 89 kilometers, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's the first longest German route we've had for quite some time. Modern German route, particularly, because Castle Würzburg was over 100 miles long, which is still the longest route in the game. Then we have Bremen-Oldenburg, which was tiny, I think like 24 odd miles. And I think Maintalbahn was very similar mileage as well. That was just felt a little bit dull to me, despite the fact at first I thought it would be quite interesting because it was a German branch line, but unfortunately Ducktail didn't go to town with the scenery as much as they did with the little tiny Glossop line, which I was comparing it to. So yeah, this is definitely an improvement from the previous two modern German routes that Ducktail have produced. No doubt about that. We're coming in way too fast. Thankfully the platform is very, very long. Oh, stop. Oh dear. As always, the first for everything, I suppose. I did make it, so that's good. Okay, wow. Talk about being in the middle of nowhere. Wow. Nice grassy field with 3D grass textures. I approve. It's pretty much most of the field, which is good. There's mountains, man. I don't know how many times I'm going to keep saying it. They've done a good job, Dovetail, on the mountain scenery and the terrain. And the texturing of it as well don't look too shabby. Fence looks good. Don't know why I'm so happy to see a good textured fence. This is Uber C. It looks okay. I don't know, something about it. It just feels a little bit flat. I don't know why. Maybe it's their texturing or something. I'm not sure. Just something missing from this station. I can't put my finger on it. It's just giving me the feeling that it's a little bit dull. I know we're in the middle of nowhere. Well, Ubisi is, I'm sure, a pretty reasonably sized town or village, but it just feels a little bit flat to me. I feel like there's something missing. I'm not really sure what it is, to be honest. Can't be busyness because, well, it's not going to get any busier, is it? We're in the early evening rush hour. Maybe early morning rush hour, I'm sure. Have a few trains coming in and out of the station. Yeah, it feels like Ubisi's a bit unloved. Don't know why. Speaking of lack of busyness, there goes the freight train. Eat your own mouth, Spurs, as the game would say to me now. Alright, let's go. The next station stop, which is just under 8 kilometers away, is Bergen. I think that's how you say it. Bergen Oberbay. Which, judging by the map, looks like a pretty busy. Is it that one? I'm looking at the wrong one, aren't I? It's not the right station. Oopsie daisy. Yeah. That's station number 6, sorry. I was about to say that one, but that's the wrong station, Spurs. We're not at that station yet. It's electric now, the Orange Express. Oh, right, okay. Maybe we will have it then. One day. One day. But, yeah, I mean, it's certainly as far as routes that have been released this year, definitely Semmering Bahn is top of the list for me. It's everything I wanted it to be. I mean, you know, I was a bit disappointed that we weren't getting, you know, anything brand spanking new like a Railjet, CityJet, or alongside maybe the upgraded Taurus locomotive. But I think the route itself actually is pretty decent. It certainly matched my expectations, you know, being two routes in one, having that slow, twisting, turning, mountainous, challenge of the Semmering Pass itself, and then having that very quick, fast, racetrack style section of route to Wiener Neustadt from Glognitz. So definitely really enjoyed playing Semmering Bahn. It's certainly one of my favourite routes that Dovetail have released since Train Sim World 4 has come out. There can be no question about that. And I put what was the other route I really do like? Blackpool Branches, obviously, being in a close second. And then in third place, I probably put this route actually, Bahnstrecke Salzburg Rosenheim. I think it is a reasonable. Overall, I think it's a reasonably good experience. Certainly, quite a bit you can do, service-wise. I don't think the scenery ain't too shabby. I must be honest. It's certainly miles better than scenery on. In my personal opinion, scenery-wise, this is tons better than the main Bahn, even though that route is twice as short. And you think with the route being only 20 or 24, 25 miles, you think Dovetail then have more time to pump a little bit more effort into the scenery, but I just felt that the scenery was undercooked, below par, very bad in some places. I mean, this is, I'm not saying the scenery here on this route is fantastic. It's not Maintalbahn or Niedertalbahn or Blackpool Branch, branches levels of route excellence or scenery excellence, but it's certainly an improvement above the norm for Dovetail. I mean, this route being 55 odd miles, I thought the scenery would take a bit of a back seat considering the length of track, or how long this route is. But yeah, it's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. There's a bit of variation as well, there's quite some steep up and down hills, certainly on this side of the map. This side I felt was a bit more flat, or not as steep gradients, but still good variation in the terrain. Don't know why I'm choosing to accelerate. We have the station approaching. So Bergen is the next station stop. Good evening, LaserJet. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. I've just noticed in the live chat you've got a tick next to your name. Don't know why. Does that mean if I comment on other people's streams, do I get a tick? I don't know. Just I've never seen that before. Don't know why. Unless it's AI automated to encourage more viewers and subscribers, aka a boost to your income. No, I'm joking. Okay, here we are. Sounds of this 111 on not too bad. It's lacking a little bit of depth, I think, in the sounds. But I certainly do like traction motors at work. Salzburg. Rough, I think, yeah. Station building's a bit unspectacular. I'm a bit disappointed with the station buildings. Like, there's a lack of interactivity about them. Like on some of the other routes, like what route was it I played recently? The Goblin Line and definitely Five Circle. The station buildings were interactive. You know, you could walk in them and, you know, get out of the station and come into the station platforms via going through the main station building. So it's a bit disappointing that they're not, you know, walkable, let's say. This is pretty much in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? What is that? And that over there in the distance. Is that water or something? It looks like snow or something. Either way, it doesn't look good. Eek. No. Oh, that side looks a bit better. The mountainous terrain and all the trees dotted around. Yeah, I don't like this station. Again, seems to be lacking a bit of detail. The next stop is Traunstein, which I think will be the final stop for this stream, because it means I'll have covered a full run of the Bahnstrecke Salzburg to Rosenheim. Let's go. TJ's off. Alright, TJ, no problem. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Oh, verify tick. Oh, God. You didn't pay for a verified tick, did you, LaserJet? Come on now. I know on, what is it, Twitter, or what used to be Twitter, there was a time, I don't know if it's still an option, but I think you can actually pay for a verified tick, which I just think is a load of crap, to be honest with you, because, I mean, why would you want to pay for a verified tick? People know who you are. Jeez. Well, close friends would. Yeah, but I don't see the point of going to the trouble of having to pay X amount of pounds or euros or dollars a month for a verified tick. It's just a tick. Think of how much money you could have spent on other things. I mean, for reference, I'm spending my £2 a month on Formula 1. £2. It's cheap as chips. Miles cheaper than Netflix and was it Disney Plus or whatever streaming services are available. I mean, £2 for Formula 1, I think that's a bargain. Absolute bargain. What a steal. And the app's free as well. On top of that, so it's not too bad. It's not like you have to pay for the app and then pay on top for a subscription service, which is quite good. I mean, look, I saw the YouTube Premium. A friend of mine was talking about, you know, using YouTube Premium to avoid, you know, the adverts and all that stuff. It was like £17 a month. I thought, jeez, that's insane for just avoiding adverts. You know, 20 seconds or 10 seconds, which one you can cope with. Just, you know, leaving the volume on mute and getting through the adverts. I'd rather do that than pay £17 a month. Good grief. Well, it's gone mad. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you have to pay for a YouTube verified tick, or unless you have to like submit some photographic evidence of like, you know, you being you, you know, like your driving license or passport, things like that. I think I did get an email saying you can do that, but I chose to not do that. Just over 2 kilometers to go until Traunstein. Approaching Traunstein. Let's get on the brakes. This is a pretty big, busy interchange for freight as well as other services. I mean, you can see a local train there going south. I think it's south, not sure. I haven't got a compass with me, I'm afraid. There's a 363 there on the left, that's cool. Doing some local freight duties. And a nearby, I think there seems to be an unloading facility there. There's a 628 as well, I think. Is that on the left? I think it is. I'll take a look at the timetable once I've stopped at Traunstein. There we go. Cytokin, it may be the case of it may be a case of letting followers know which account is yours in the sea of same name accounts. Well, the problem to that is if there is a load of same name accounts, then what if the person who's running, you know, a fake account decides, oh, okay, well, let's put a verified tick on this same name account. Then you're back to square one then, because you don't know which one is the right verified one, do you? On the face of it. So, yeah. It's a good thing I'm not that famous on YouTube. Then I wouldn't have many same name accounts of Spurs Rail. Yeah, I think I'll leave this journey at that. I've had a little look overall at the route. Let's take a look at the timetable and see what you could use. But yeah, overall, I think this DLC as a whole, you know, the route length is nice. The 111 is certainly, in my view, much, I wouldn't say easier to drive, but it's not easy to drive, but it does what you want a little bit better. There's no question. There is some faults. I mean, there are some bits of scenery which are a little bit undercooked. And the cab car and the coaches and the Talent 1's pretty much copy and paste. Same goes for the Talent 2. So it's a good thing with this big timetable. You've got all this stock you can use, certainly for freight. I mean, look at that. You've got the 185, you've got the 2 shunters, you've got the almost CE at 185 variant if you want to use it, even though it's got some horrendous sounds. You could use the 182, all 3 versions of it, if you wish. You've got 155, you've got the Vectron, and another version of a 185, that's the Dot 2, I think. That does come with this route. You can use the Semmeringbahn OBB 116 for freight as well as a passenger service there. You can just see that. Cab car you can use for pretty much all versions at your disposal. Pretty much exactly the same. OBB 4024 is just pretty much the same services, isn't it? Freilassing to Salzburg. And the 111, you've got 3 different versions here. These are the different lengths of coaches you can do. I think there's some, I don't know, can you just do, is it freight or is it just passenger? No, it's just passenger for that one. The 103 here does an intercity passenger service. The Vectron does all the freight, which is cool. The 101 does a mixture of intercity and Eurocity services. Quite a few there you can play with. And the Shunter, if you are interested in it, that does some interesting local manifest services. I'll just take a look at that one as well. Yeah, they're pretty much the same as well. But yeah, certainly a lot of variation with the amount of stock you've got. And just to wrap it up, you can use the 628 on some local regional barn services. But yeah, overall, that concludes this stream on the that concludes the stream on Bahnstrecke Salzburg, Rosenheim. It's definitely been Dovetail, in my view, their best modern German route since Castle Würzburg released, which was nearly 2 years ago, so that's saying something. But then again, Dovetail have only released 2 modern German routes since, or 3 if you include Salzburg, Rosenheim. But yeah, overall, do I recommend you get it? Yes, I do. I think this is a decent overall product. Certainly if you're into your timetables and you've got a big bunch of your German collection that you want to put to use on other routes, then Salzburg Rosenheim is certainly one of them. I'd give it, I think, overall a 6.5 out of 10. I think that's a solid scoreline for this route. Definitely recommend you pick it up, but on a discount. But yeah, that concludes the stream. If you'd enjoyed it, then feel free to hit the thumbs up button below. And if you like what you see or hear and you're watching stream for the first time, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.